I like it. Yeah. So here we are. We on WEETV. Got a special guest today, Miss Monica Summers. Milkshake, however you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to call it. But yeah, most guys or most people may know you or have seen you before, seen you around, out, skating rinks and things of that nature. And we're going to keep it raw and uncut. So, you know, we ain't filtered. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on no guidelines and things of that nature as far as, you know, restrictions. So we just going to have a conversation because just like let's just say like I just met you, we going on a date or something.
Just having a conversation.
Yeah, just having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? So how you feeling right now? You know, just in general, how you feeling?
Very good. I'm in a good space. Relaxed, very happy. Work is good. Home life, kids, everything is good.
I like it. Okay. So for the people who don't know you, you know, can you break down who Monica is?
I'll try.
Yeah.
So, I think Monica is a woman that has evolved and learned to be comfortable in her own skin. Not be or take judgment from others as a way of forming who I am. A very fun person, very smiley, happy person. I'm more of an optimistic person, not a pessimist. I see the more of the cup half full than half empty.
Yeah.
And just take the punches that life gives you and keep it moving.
Wow. Okay. So what zodiac sign would you be?
I'm a Gemini. My birthday is actually in 2 weeks on the 13th.
Oh,
so yeah.
Happy birthday! Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Gemini.
Thank you. Yes.
So you know they say you got June Gemini. So you got what's the other month? Is it May?
Yes,
June?
May.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you will be a June Gemini.
Yes.
So which is crazy because my mom a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
June 8th.
Got it.
And my son and my daughter.
Oh,
are
wow.
Geminis, yeah. So yeah, good spirit.
Yes,
You know,
I
all the
think
way.
we have good
Good spirit all the way. All right. So any hobbies? I know you saying you work is good and anything. So what are your hobbies? What are some of the things that you do?
Well, of course, roller skating. But other than that, I'm into interior design. That's one of my big things, interior design.
Nice house.
Jewelry
You know.
Thank you. Jewelry making. But basically, that's basically it.
Interior design, that's major. That's
Yeah,
major.
I'm in school to start doing it. I want to actually go to people who have opening black barbershops and beauty salons and design their spaces.
So interior design doesn't have like a whole just for houses. That's for commercial.
Yes,
that's
just
for
commercial homes. It could be someone who just wants to upgrade one of their spaces.
Okay.
So it's very universal. It covers a lot of ground, like you said, and it's just a way I want to give back because I'm not going to charge what these commercial people charge because I enjoy doing it.
Right. Okay. So how do you stay looking so young?
That's my genes.
Yeah.
All I could think was my mother, Marsha Ann, up there looking through the sky like her mom.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it really is within your spirit. You can't be a mean person and frowning all the time and all that's going to show out. You know what I mean? It's going to weigh you down. So I really think it's an inner spirit that shines from within outward.
Okay. You pass that on to your kids?
Yes.
You have girls?
I have 3 girls and a son.
Okay.
So I have 3 girls and a boy.
So everybody had that was genes.
Yes, they do. They all look young.
Okay. All right. So we're not gonna skip over the skating as one of your hobbies, right?
Yes.
So what would you consider? How did you get into skating? How about that?
Sure. I was 8 years old when I started skating. So I really initially started skating at a birthday party. But my mother, when I turned 13, she used to skate all the time. And she used to skate at Calorama, Alexandria. So I was skating in Calorama at 13 years old with my sister, who was 4 years older than me. She was 16 going on 17.
Okay.
And we used to go to, that was our lady activity. So my mother got us into skating.
Wow, that's good. So you have a lineage.
Yes.
That okay, connects you to skating. See, a lot of people wouldn't know that,
Nope.
and I didn't know it. So, and a lot of times it is like that, whereas though someone introduced us into it, maybe a family member or a friend, but yeah, we all have ties somehow to the skate rink.
It's really funny because my mother dated one of the skaters now's dad back in the day.
Wow.
So it was kind of crazy. Yes, I know.
Right. So what do you consider being your home rink, as far as where you stayed at?
That's funny because a lot of people think I'm from Baltimore because I lived there for so long.
Okay.
So at a period it was shake and bake because I was in the Baltimore area, and then now I'm back down here, I consider it Crystals. But it would be between those two because that's where I've lived in Maryland, either the upper northern Maryland or PG.
So you have a great personality, and you just showed that a second ago, and describe how you stay looking so young. Like you said, it's the inner self, it's the within. You know what I'm saying? So what would be any misconceptions about you that you can think of?
There are a lot. So
misconceptions.
I think the misconceptions. I smile all the time and talk to guys, but it's totally or I'm not an intelligent woman, and I use my assets. We're gonna say it that way to move in this world, which is totally false. I'm a very intelligent woman. I'm a director of accounting. I have my own business that I've already started in interior decorating, MS Interior Design. I just think the misconception is that it's just that they don't think that I've heard that I'm not a professional woman, I'm not a bright person, I'm not intelligent, I use this to get that, which is totally false. I'm a very self-sufficient, independent, smart woman.
I would think that about you. I wouldn't think anything otherwise. Because when we talked offline, we talked before, I was saying that, when I encountered you, you were always positive, up spirit. You come skating, you came by yourself, you wasn't in no clique type stuff, and get your roll on, and at the end of the night you was going about your business. It might be a misconception with some, but it wasn't with me.
Well, that's good to hear.
I haven't heard those misconceptions.
Yay!
How about that? So I always knew you was independent, whereas though you came and kept yourself up, did whatever you needed to do, and you stayed current.
Yeah.
Whatever the latest was, you know what I'm saying? You came strutting through the door of the skate rink, with all the latest,
I love fashion.
So, fashion is key. I like fashion myself. So, motherhood, you say you have a few kids. Could you explain maybe, touch on some of the things, as far as being a mother?
Yes. That is a difficult role, and all of us do it differently. Parenthood is an animal that you cannot foresee how to deal with because every scenario and every child is different. It's a different animal.
Right.
I can only speak from my experience, and I had 3 girls and 1 son, and a lot of people don't know this, but I had my first child at 19, which is another reason I look so young. And I had all my kids stair step. So my daughters are exactly a year apart. My son is a year and a half. Got it out the way. So by the time I was 25, I was done having kids. That was it. Over. And it was an experience because I had to grow with them. Like with being that young, you kind of grow with your kids. And then my mother passed at 27, so I didn't have that guidance that I could just say, Mom, what should I do in this instance, or what I had to kind of learn. And I failed at a lot of things. And one of them I really kicked myself for is I didn't pass the skating on to my children like I should, because for me it was an outlet. When you have that many kids close in age, it's something that you do to like get away from motherhood.
Right.
And by the time I tried to drag them into skating, their interest wasn't there. So that's one of the regrets that I do have that I wish I would have done. So now I'm trying to do it with my grands.
And it works out that way. I would say the same. If it skips a generation, then you go to the grandkids.
That's
you
right.
Introduce them, and now you're in a better space to be able to introduce them to us. So yeah, that's good. That's good. And we don't all have what you call handbooks.
Not at all.
No handbook, you know, say if I was raising kids. So.
That's right.
But that's good. So
but they're all successful, so I didn't do too bad.
Yeah, that's good. You know. So it's a question from the fans.
Sure.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? He said,
how am I going to say this?
It said, yeah, right. I'll say this. It said, do you think skating is too over sexualized?
Right. Okay. So let me give you my opinion on that. That's another thing I think people judge me by, because I always were revealing things when I skated.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think if your passion and your love is skating, then why are you worried about what somebody wearing when they're skating?
you
should be skating.
Yeah.
And it bothers me because it seems like it's only in our black community.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at gymnastics, if you look at ice skating, they all wear revealing clothes when they're performing and they're skating. That's their costumes. We kind of made that for us. We want to be comfortable, and it's hot. True. So women wear, you know, the leggings or the cut-off shirts or whatever it may be, because you're comfortable, you're moving, your agility needs to be there. You got jeans on and stuff, so you can't really enjoy you can't really enjoy your skate or get into your skate or do the moves you want to do. Right. And I'm just speaking for myself. Right. But I really think it's really judgmental that, and I don't care what size you are, if you feel comfortable in it, wear it. Why are you concerned about what somebody has on? If they're to skate, you're there to skate too, so skate on.
Yeah, I agree with you with that, because jeans sometimes restrict me from skating.
It does. So men wear sweatpants or shorts or whatever.
Yep.
Exactly.
And in the wintertime, I would wear slacks.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't understand that slacks give you
the give, exactly, flexibility, exactly.
Man, so slacks versus jeans, yeah, I can skate in both, but
you just feel like you can do more when you
on the sweatpants, like you said. Yeah, yeah. So, do you travel a lot as far as skating?
I did. I when I got, I wouldn't even say bored with the home skating, but it's just when our home skating went through so much with the DJs and the splitting up the rinks, and then Baltimore not to go to DC and closings, and I started to go and travel, and I'm so glad I did, because it opened me up to a lot more styles than I would have ever experienced just being home.
Yeah, styles and
people. And I would not know half the people if it weren't for skating. Yeah. You know, people in Chicago, you know, people in just everywhere, Ohio. I would have never met these people if it weren't for skating. Never.
And then if you decide to go to one of those cities, not even on a skating trip, you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I'm in your city. Where's the
nice
place
to eat?" Exactly.
Right.
Or where can I go do some hookah or something?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where's a nice museum? It's always good to know people.
Yeah, in different cities. So
that's right.
And me traveling as well to different cities. And 10 years can go past, I might still have the same person's phone number.
I sure do.
Yeah,
that number's been with me forever.
Yeah. So. Hey, I'm close by. What y'all doing? So no, that's good. Traveling, skating, different styles, different people, and they, to me, a lot of the being going out of town, the people like real genuine.
Very
for
genuine.
some reason their hospitality is nice. They're real friendly and genuine. I don't feel that I ran into any type of people that was, negative,
right.
Or looking for something out of you or anything like that.
Or standoffish, and not willing to just give you the knowledge that they know about the area. Yeah, and it's sad because a lot of skaters are like, I don't want to go. They don't play our music. Sometimes you gotta adapt. Like sometimes go to a symphony and listen to some music that's not in your realm. You might enjoy it. A lot of people don't understand. It's what you learn in the culture. You don't have to do it all the time, but it just broadens your horizons.
Yeah. So I appreciate having this conversation with you. I'm really ecstatic.
No, me too. I was very excited when I got the call and you guys were interested. So.
Yeah. So that's good. In the late 90s, it said DC, Maryland started to mix in each other's skating rinks. It said, what was your thought on the scene of the skating culture in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s?
I mean, I'm gonna say from what I remember it was like divided. Like I feel like it was like the Ravens and the Redskins. Like if you were from Baltimore, that was your thing. If you were from DC, that was your thing. I never felt like, I even know overhearing some girls, I don't like them Baltimore girls, I don't like the DC girls. And I'm like, we're 45 minutes up the road from each other. I don't get it. I don't get it, but whatever. So I feel like it was, I think it was that we're trying to mingle, but I never saw it as one. Like, I would see events in Baltimore and DC would come support and vice versa. So I just don't understand. I don't understand what it was about.
But eventually they came.
Yeah, eventually everybody did, and that's when you guys would start having parties up there and all that stuff was happening. So I feel like it did change, and I was so happy to see that. But I think it took a while for the adjustment. Like anything else.
Yeah, you can't force it with a circle inside of a square.
And I also think it comes with growth. Like as we all start getting older and enjoying the scene and enjoying what skating meant, and then we have the young ones coming behind us. I think we were able to like open our and say it's all skating. I don't care what style you do. I don't care what your favorite is. If you trios, if you couples, if you split, it's all skating. It's all something we're involved in.
So, any special skate that you enjoy the most, whether it's trios, couples, ladies only, backward skate, which one of your skate, favorite?
It'd probably be ladies only, I'm sure. We get our time to a little shine and doing the splits on the skates. That's it.
Ladies only. I'm kind of all over the place a little bit.
Yeah.
But, now I want to ask you something. We were talking about, you being intelligent and being able to have your own business and things of that nature. So independent or interdependence, what would you prefer? And that comes with even being in a relationship, or as far as being able to have your own business and maybe have a partner or things of that nature. So I'm just asking between, what would you pick for you?
Okay, so let me say when I say independent, I mean I don't necessarily need a man, but I want a man. Okay. So being that we're in this world now, this is not the 60s or the 70s. It takes two people to live comfortably, have everything they want. It's great you can do it on your own, but that other person will bring more growth, more stability, more outreach for things that you guys can get together. So it's not, I just feel like women, I'm not one of those women that are is a needy person and you got to provide this, you got to do this. We all need to bring something to the table and build. And by independent, that's what I mean. I don't want to have to need you. I want you so we can build together.
There you have it. That's the inter-independence.
Yes.
So now that makes sense. I like that. I like what you said about that. Any traditions in the family that you may have set, even though being a mother? Any traditions with the kids?
Yes, we always spend Christmas together. I don't care what it is or how small the place is, or one house in Deep Creek, so we can all be together. So we have a Christmas tradition that we stay together for that whole week. Because we usually off a week. Yes. So whoever gets off, we get off that Tuesday, Monday, whatever. But the kids are here or with me for that week.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a different direction.
Okay.
And you may know something about this, you may not. Just a general question on, and this may help someone that's watching this broadcast or whatever. So, suicidal or suicide, or have you ever known someone like in a bad place in their life that may have, contemplated suicide, and you was there to, assist them or help them or guide them, or, you don't know anything about that?
I do not. And I probably think it's because the people around me I speak life into. And I feel like...
Total opposite then.
Total opposite. I feel like there's all of us go through struggles. Like, life is what it is. It's called life.
Yeah.
You have obstacles, you have challenges. If it was easy, all of us would be millionaires sitting on some hill somewhere, okay? So when I speak life, anytime I've come across someone who wasn't feeling their best or going through some issues or maybe depressed, I kind of like always say somebody has it worse off than you. Someone always has it worse off than you. And then let's work your way from that dark space on up. I've never really had, I've had, even my son, when he was a teenager going through it, his best friend was killed when he was like 17, and in his arms, like basically at some gas station. So he, would talk that kind of talk, and I'm like, look, first of all, you can't do God's work. When it's your time, you'll get taken out of here. But, only the strong survive. So I'm not judging anybody, but I just feel like life is a gift. And if you feel like you want to take that away, when some people are in wheelchairs and strapped and just they'd love to be out there and skating, you take your life. That's just selfishness to me.
Yeah, you're right. You look at it like that. And I just wanted to say that because a lot of people don't touch on that type of
Yes,
topic.
especially during this pandemic. I have really seen a lot of people go into a depression. I've seen a lot of people just not focus channel their energy into the right direction, because from one day you outside and the next day you by yourself.
Right.
But what it should teach you is you are only here by yourself. You need to learn how to do whatever it is you do on your own, because at the end of the day, that's all you got to take care of you is yourself. So if anything, I think the pandemic taught me is how to function if you only have yourself. Like, if you can't have people over or be in people's face, like, you have to adjust because you're going to be that survivor. So, some people couldn't handle it. They just so used to having people around, people doing things, or, it was just really a test of the strong.
Test of the strong. So, how long we been in the pandemic now? Maybe about a year and a half? Now?
Yes, it started last March.
And,
so
it's opening back up. What's your thoughts on?
I'm happy the world's open because the economy needs to get back moving. People need to be, out here. We need to start enjoying life again because, who wants to be shut in, especially us. I'm over 50 and I'm trying to enjoy the rest of the years I have here.
Over 50?
Yes.
Get out of here.
I want to be able to enjoy my life that I have left. So
Okay.
I'm really happy the world's opening back up. I really am.
So what's next for Monica? What's next?
What's next? Well, I hope to keep skating as long as these knees work. No, I'm kidding. I want to evolve my design, decorating business, MS Interiors. I'll be putting that out there soon. And I'm a director. For business wise, I'm trying to become a VP at my company. So that's my next goal. VP of accounting. Hopefully that'll happen. And just
speak life into it.
That's right. Raise my kids, and watch their kids grow and just enjoy life. That's just
you may want to shout out your IG or your Facebook.
Yes, so my Facebook is my name, Monica Summers. I'm not hiding from anybody. It is what it is. I don't have no Facebook.
Right.
And my Instagram name is MoSkate1 because that's what I do, MoSkate1. But I don't have Twitter and all that stuff. I don't have time for none of that. Those are the only two really.
No, that's probably the main two. Other than what's the word?
Snapchat. I do that too, but I don't even know my name. Twitter.
The Twitter.
Yeah, I don't have Twitter. I don't have time to sit there.
Go back.
I don't have none of that.
What you say? Oh, TikTok.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the new thing. I can't.
I did that during the pandemic because it did keep me busy and did little skate stuff. But then I don't have time for this either. I didn't catch the music and the right thing. Look, y'all had it. I watch it though. It's funny.
It's fun.
I don't have time for all that.
That's the wave, TikTok.
Yeah.
And so as far as skating, if what would you want to expound on the younger generation that's coming behind you? What type of advice would you have for some of the younger skaters that's coming behind you?
Right. Well, I would definitely say, because I've heard conversations and not all, but the ones that I've heard from just don't understand that skating was there before they came. So the older community, it's always we don't do it like that no more. The older this, one day y'all gonna get older.
Yeah.
So just respect those that skated before you,
Right.
and just skate with everybody. Like, it's not an age thing. It's
Right.
not, it's not a gender thing. It's
Right.
just skate with people, enjoy and fellowship. I feel like it's a fellowship on wheels. I really do.
I think so too. So is there anything else that you may want to touch on that I haven't touched on that you may want to, talk to the people? Anything. I mean, anything come to mind? Anything I may have forgotten? Beautiful home. You got
Thank
the
you.
pool. You plan on having any parties?
I am actually. I'm really thinking about if I'm gonna have a pool party or something. But I'm thinking that. But we'll be having some football parties because I'm an avid Washington fan, and if y'all know that, y'all should know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely will be doing. I didn't get a home like this to not enjoy it. So it's not like back in the day. You gonna have all these people. Look, if
I want to enjoy it.
I want to
This is what
enjoy
we
it.
gonna do.
I came into the security system. It's all good.
Mhm.
Mr. B is Mr. B. But yeah, definitely I will be having some functions.
Yeah.
So, but I think you touched on everything. I mean, I think in general, skating should be what it is. It's an enjoyment for a lot of people.
Right.
It's a stress release. It's, time we all get out and fellowship. And I just think that's what it is. It's so sad when you see these cliques or these women that don't like you, that don't even know you. I don't like her. Why? I don't even know you. I don't know your name. I don't know anything about you. So I just really think if people start letting those walls down, they would just get more enjoyment. And then if you don't, stay home.
Yeah.
What do you come for then? Stay home.
Let's stay home. Yeah, I call it good, clean fun. That's my slogan with it.
That's good.
It's
I
good,
like that.
clean fun, especially coming up as a teenager into your adult life, until being grown. When you went skating as a youngin', speaking for me, being able to have something to do other than being in the street, it was good, clean fun because you wasn't in harm's way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I look at it like that, and I definitely would like to expound that onto the youth. Yeah.
And that you bring, I do have one point to make. So I did notice in the community that like every time like the price ranges, people have something to say. And I'm like, this is one of the cheapest sports and activities you can do. That you can do consistently. You go to a basketball game, it costs way more than that. And they have to upkeep, and you wonder why the floors aren't done. We're not getting the DJs we want. It costs to enjoy it. You're still not even paying $20 for an event. You can't go anywhere else and enjoy yourself and have 4 hours of fun and music for this price, but you want to complain about it or sneak in the back door and then wonder why the rinks are closing. Like, you got to support what you want, and it's the cheapest fun you can have. Think about everything else. You go out, you spend at least $100 to have fun. At least. Easy. So some of us have to stop thinking and have that mind. Well, it's not. It's 4 hours. Divide that between $14, $15, $18. Divide it.
$4, $5.
You know what I'm saying? It's worth it, and I just feel like we'll give it to all these big establishments, but not to our own community and to our own people that we know, and then expect the floor to be pristine. How?
When you I want to say half-ass come.
Yes, or pay, or don't want to pay, and it's ridiculous. It's not that much.
Yeah.
And if so, like I said, stay home.
Stay home, not that serious.
Skate outside, skate in your backyard, skate in your basement.
All right. We out. All right, Marty. Nice to meet you.